Okay. All right. So, happy Tuesday, May 20th. Um, let's see. Gotta make sure which pages I got here. All right. Um, I don't know where it cut off last time and how far into the stream that it was actually recording. So my apologies. I like had an entire stream by myself, evidently. Um, like it cut out somewhere. I want to say at least like 45 minutes before I realized that it was not even on. Um, maybe like a half hour. Yeah. I didn't even realize it had cut off. So to that, we didn't miss anything. Fair warning. You know me. Oh, here it is, money. I did pull for a new schedule. So social media platforms and stuff like that. One of the questions that we had thought about was, what does each platform require? So when you're multi-posting and when you're trying to elevate your content creation across platforms, right? Because this is like, it's not spray and pray, it's just covering all your bases. So you're getting your self out there into the algorithm or whatever you want to call it, which will probably be changing in the future pretty soon if it hasn't already. I noticed that a lot of content creators are going to be, like I said before, you're not going to see them as much. All of a sudden, they're going to just disappear one day. The reason why I say that is because most of the AI that's out there now is pulling previous posts from like years and years ago. This is beyond Facebook. What are those? The fact checkers or whatever. They used to go back a couple of years and like hit your account for something. This is actually AI going back from to the dawn of time at this point, of making the marks even for some of the things that could have been appealed previously are not even going to get allowed to be appealed. So be aware, for those of you who are content creators, of your accounts all of a sudden getting shut down for no reason. Fair warning. And also for those of you who are like viewers or fans, if you all of a sudden see your person just disappear, try to look at their other social medias. Okay. So, because there's going to be a lot of weird like roadblocks in this new algorithm that's coming, because of the fact that there's bot farming and then there's the AI now, which is pretty much taking over everything. So for content creators, you're going to have to think outside the box here, guys. You're going to have to do probably more. Keep the same pace that you've been doing or better. Let's just say that. Keep the same pace or better. Because for those of you who have already an existing account, anything more that you do is going to change your algorithm because of the amount of times that you've posted in the past. It kept you at a certain level. Now when you go to change that, it's going to alter your algorithm. It's going to alter your numbers. So for like the first, I would go week by week at this point and just evaluate it, or day by day if you have to, and just evaluate it, because it's going to be that fast. You're going to have to post every single day. You possibly might have to have it where it multi-posts for you through a third party multiple times a day on different types of social media. I had originally pulled up the social media listing for you guys so this way you knew how, when and how and where to post. And it was pulling the algorithm for you guys, and it was actually doing very well. I actually tested it live um, on one of my streams to see if I could get it to where if I posted the same exact time every single day, then that consistency is what pulled the numbers. So um, the where was I going with this? The problem with having a multi-poster is that you're paying for it now. Unless you have multiple phones like bot farmers, um, you're going to have a hard time getting all this content out as much as, I mean, they're pretty much making you push content 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365. Because now, like I said, you're up against a robot. You're up against your AI or whatever you want to call it. Um, consider, okay, take a step back from the mechanical world and think more spiritually. Okay. Think of the AI as your alter ego, and you have to beat your alter ego, your alter, your other you, right? So, your other you in your mind is way better than you are, right? So, you have to beat the alter. And in order for you to become successful, you have to win, right? So, and you're only going to win for a few minutes. Because remember, that time keeps going by. So it's on to the next win, on to the next win, on to the next win. And it just keeps going. And you try to collect as many of those wins as you can in life, right? So, like the little coins in the game, collecting these little memory coins. Ding, ding. So, that way you can pass down the information through genetics or by knowledge. So, by sharing your content or whatever you want to call it, in the way that I had it before, worked before. And like I've said several times, the ways that used to work are not going to work anymore. Everything is changing, and it's changing very quickly. As of right now, the only thing that I can think to do is get a multi-poster and go ahead and set up your month. If you're a content creator, go ahead and do it. I know that seems daunting. Whatever, get it on the board, because as much as you can get done in that period of time is that much further ahead you're going to be than everybody else. And I know that that's a pretty basic baseline saying for pretty much everything, but I ultimately mean it in this moment. Literally at the top of my board it says pull the trigger, and today says decide. So just saying. So you need to decide what you want your future to look like and start working towards that right now. Like really get it down on paper, or get it down on paper, because like I said, you have it in your thoughts, you have it in your mind, it's all in the 5D, right? You're all up here, but you've got to get it into the 3D. You've got to pull it from here and create it. Okay? So you are the creator. You are the creator of everything. Everything in your life, everything around you. You're the creator of other people's experiences of you. So whatever you're thinking, get it on paper. Okay? Write it down. And then stare at it for a while. Okay? Right there is your first success in that thing that you were thinking. Okay? And I want you to take that moment and stare at it for a while and say, you know what? I did that. What else can I do? And keep going to the next thing, to the next part, and expand out and keep going. But keep looking at the original, right? Keep that original thought in your mind, because that is the portal in what's going to flow all of that creativity into your success. Okay? That's why they tell you to stay grounded. That's why they tell you to stay humbled. Remember where you came from. Stick to your roots. Whatever the wording is that you are aware of. Because that seed that you planted is the original thought. It's the origination of all that is to create in the future. So if you get rid of that thought, or you let that thought die, the original thought die. Right? Like when you plant a seed, if you let the base root of it die, the rest of the plant's going to die. So tend to your roots. And have faith enough in yourself and believe in yourself enough that even to a point, that small of a point, because you are one. You have zero. You are one. So you are the creator. And when you plant that seed in your mind and you start to let it grow, you create whatever you want to create. When you create it into the 3D, even by just writing it down, and if it's words, drawings, colors, whatever, numbers, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? Get it into the 3D, and then you have something to work with. Okay? You have physical item to work with now. You know? So from there, that's where all invention comes from. Everything that you see around you came from somebody's idea, and they believed enough in themselves to make it happen. Whether it was to just write it down, right? I mean, hell, think back. Tesla, that's a pretty popular name nowadays. He wrote down plenty of his ideas. Granted, there's other scenarios in that. But anyway, probably not the best reference. But anyhow, you get what I'm saying. Nothing would have come from anything if he hadn't created it. And to this day, we still talk. To this day, we still take his ideas and his inventions and try to utilize them in a way that's positive for the world, the way he intended. So, what will your legacy be? If you're a content creator, you're here for a reason. Might as well make it a good one, right? So, starting off Tasty Tuesday, kind of chaotic, but it's all good. You know, right? Dump your cup and refill with what you want is the note that I wrote for myself. Today's, we had already talked yesterday about doing the wardrobe for the week. And so we're adding into that Ghost Academia today, which I'm not following, but that's okay. You know, power of choice. Thinking about going to change a lot of the future meal plan. I think I just got like dye or something. Hold on, man. Tomorrow, can't be tomorrow. I have to do it today. Shit. Okay. All right. So we're doing that today. And so socials, like I said, updating whatever you have to do. I know I have to fix my export to my YouTube, for those of you who watch this on my YouTube, from my Twitch. So Um, just keep in mind, and backtrack in the things that you're doing to make sure that your foundation that you've built all of this on is a solid one. Because if you start to have cracks in your foundation, that's when everything starts to fall apart up top, right? You'll start to feel the shakes. And whatever it is that you're doing, you feel it. You'll feel like something's off. So you have to backtrack and double check yourself. And make sure that each step is being taken moving forward up to this point. Now, from this point going forward, you can pull that information into the future. Or you can stand where you're at and stay in the moment, which is totally fine, and create from there. Your choice. Personally, I feel a little bit more stable pulling information, specific ones from the past into the future. So, what will you choose? What will you choose to pick and go with you into your future? And who? And where will you be? And what will you be doing? Think about it. Really think about it. Create a vision board if you have to. If you don't know what that is, it's just like basically a bunch of pictures that you just slap together and make some stuff. Hey, it's Rick. I think that's how you say it. I need glasses. Thanks. I got it from Goodwill. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, y'all check out my eBay. Because I need money. No, I'm trying to figure out a new way with the eBay with the whole thrifting and trying to resell, and it's an interesting process, especially with not having any math knowledge other than past 4th grade. So it's kind of interesting. It can be done. It's just there's new roadblocks that I was not aware of in my brain that will not let me get past a certain point for some reason. I have learning disability. Let's just run with that. Anyway, so let's see. I just need to try harder. What else was I going to talk about? I lost what I was going to say. So yeah, okay. And then trying to monetize, I actually added a new sheet to the Canva list because evidently that's my new obsession. I've only made 12 pages since the other day. It's okay. Let's see. I also made a wardrobe planner because I think I actually did that while we were on stream. I'm not sure. Where was I at? Platform. Okay. Daily planner, monthly budget, workout schedule, vehicles, fashion Saturday, office planner, plant tracker, which I don't even know why I got that one. Fashion wardrobe planner, Pantone colors of the year, photo shoot content planner, weekly planner for food. I need to write that differently. Meal plan. So, because I will mess it up and delete it later after I just did all that work to it. Needs list, thrift buying guide. No, we went today. I was thinking if I needed it today, I don't. For tomorrow maybe. Password tracker, which, oh my god, I didn't realize how much shit I had passwords for until I looked at my Google listing thing, and holy crap, there's stuff in there from 20 years ago. I don't know. Q3, one thing I'm going to add to this stream specifically was Q3 social requirements. So for those of you who are content creators, when you're going into this next quarter, okay, before you do that, I want you to go ahead and fill this out because I want you to see what each one of your social medias requires for you to meet, because that's going to change because of the algorithm. So prepare, prepare for war, prepare for battle, because oh my god. Uh, um, the content planner for the whole month, and that's what I was getting back to, was go ahead and plan your whole freaking month out right now, because not even this month, it's like next month, right? Yeah, next month. So go ahead and plan June, or from now to June if you want to, and just to get started, just to get like a taste of it, because and try to do the best you can, because once June hits, that next 6 months is going to be like peak. um and you really need to start now, like today or tomorrow, because if you wait much longer, there's like this little window that's going to happen, and you're going to be able to jump through that window, that little PUBG closing off of the boundaries window, so to speak. um Game reference. So uh you'll have a chance to be able to jump, but I need you to take this leap of faith um, in yourself, okay? Because now's the time. It's go time. Pull the trigger, because no one is going to do it for you. Dump out your cup and refill it with what you want. Okay. So, help others. Someone's going to get an offer or approval, and it says to go for it, but you got to make a choice. And there's going to be travel and celebration. And something unexpected. So, okay. Yeah, today, I want you to write down for the next, what is it, 2 weeks maybe? I don't know. From now till June, I want you to write down one thing every day that I want you to complete. I want you to make the decision of whatever that is. It doesn't matter what it is. I want you to write down in that calendar, on a piece of paper or whatever, in your little iPad thing, in your little chat box, text, whatever you want to call it, whatever you keep it in one thing every day, and I want you to complete it for the next 2 weeks. And I'll do it too. Which I do. Anyway. Yeah. One thing every day for the next 2 weeks. So, like I said, I did create those. And like I said, it's going to pull into, I would suggest, I might even give you some things to do real quick. I'm going to suggest that you go in and look at each one of your social medias and find out what the requirement is, just to go ahead and fill out that paper. Because the Q3 social requirement, I think it's Q3, social requirements, you're going to want to meet those by the end of that quarter. So that's your push, right? Right now, if you started today and just whatever your ideas are, get them on freaking paper. Because right now is your chance to be able to have it done and in the air, ready to go, past that freaking closing of the window, into your next steps of whatever it is that your success would be considered. Because if you don't do anything, you're not going to get anywhere. If you like half-ass it, I mean, you might get some likes, hey, you know, you might get some people that might subscribe to your stuff, but you're not going to get what you're thinking you would consider in your mind to be success. And it could be different for each one of you, which is totally fine. But, and some of you might not even be into this. This is also fine. But if for those of you who are, and you're wanting to pretty much get it, you gotta start now. So, um, okay. I just spent like the past like 30 minutes talking about it. And so that's what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to start building forward of what I want to see in the future. So, yeah, what content goes where on what day and time? Go ahead and throw it in there. Social Manager app or in Canva. Canva's, I think, free. I mean, they do have like a paid program. I don't know how you print from it. So just fair warning. Let's see. Yeah, you're gonna want to do like for example, some of the requirements would be like you would need to make a post a day. You might need to make like a story or a clip a day, and you might also have to go live every day for a certain amount of time. So those are things that you're gonna have to schedule in for each one of those. And if you are doing this by hand, especially when you're up and coming, one of the things that I would suggest is investing in some kind of program where you can A, multi-stream, and B, multi-post. That's automatically going to give you a heads up right off the bat. Bam, heads up. Because you would already be ahead of what I'm doing. So, yeah, you'll already be ahead of a lot of people. So next steps, investing in, as far as like for numbers, I'm going to write on there investing in some kind of, invest in yourself. Remember, I always say take 10% off the top of all the money you have coming in, put it into yourself. We always forget that we are the root. You know what I mean? You gotta nourish the portal, so to speak. So, okay. So invest in yourself however you see that to be fit. I suggest if you're going to go into some kind of like multi-posting, I'm just going to put that in parentheses. You can actually get a total amount and divide that up. Or actually monthly would be the same anyway. So if you're getting a subscription, which most of them are going to be on subscription, I think like for streaming, StreamYard only allows one, but allows three if you pay like $40 a month. That's another thing too. When I say invest in yourself and taking 10% off the top of all of the money that you have coming in, is because the money that you invest into yourself is going to be separate than all of the other stuff that you have going on. So, so the money that you would have to pay for the app, whatever it is that your app is, however much it covers. I'm trying to remember if it was Hootsuite later, something for the posting part of it. I think it was like Hootsuite or later or Planner. Those were some of the posting and Meta, I think also, but I only have two things on Meta, so maybe not so much. A lot of my stuff like bounces around. It's kind of like a weird like hacker thing. It's not, but I'm just saying it's like the way I have shit set up is so fucking spider webbed. It's not even funny, and that's why I'm having such a hard time getting it from my Chromebook to the Microsoft 11 new laptop, the ThinkPad, because everything's like interweaved and like crisscrossed over and knotted in places, and some of them just have closed doors that I'm never going to be able to open again because I can't remember the password, and I don't know what the email recovery is because I probably didn't even set one up, and if I did, I don't remember the password for that email. So it's like some doors are shut for a reason. Let them be. I can open that door again later if so be, like, maybe if I want to. I don't know. So let's see. So going into numbers, investing into yourself, whatever money that you receive, once you do finally become monetized from whatever platform it is that you're utilizing, then you'll be able to I suggest utilizing, I know it's going to be really excited when it first comes in, and I am so guilty of this, but when the money first starts coming in, you're going to be like, money, you know, spendy, spendy, spendy. Again, only 10%, and that's going to be because you have a legacy to build. So when the inbound starts coming in, you feel me, right? Whatever you receive, you're going to be receiving from what's called lurkers, followers, subscribers, so on and so forth, for those of you who are outside that realm. And other inbound you may receive money from is likes, shares, follows, subscribes, gifts, coins, bubbles, and gems. Also, keep in mind watched hours and ads. So, or watched time. I shouldn't say hours. Time. Watched time. Because for TikTok and stuff like that, you have to have a certain amount of seconds that they watch the video before they start scrolling. Because I don't know about y'all, but there should be an Olympic sport for speed scrolling. Okay? I've been like professional since high school, so anyway, so just keep that in mind. And like I said, sometimes certain apps and certain social media platforms can only go, like if you're going to go live from something, we were talking about this yesterday, is some of them will go live from a laptop, some will go live from a phone, and some only go live from like a third party app. Okay. It's like some kind of streaming software. So those are kind of like the realm that you have to like look at as far as trying to get your foot in the freaking door. This is your chance listening to me. So this is the bullshit that I had to go through to get to where I am today. Okay. These are my little mini fucking steps that I had to, I jumped a bunch of them. So y'all gonna have hell. Okay. This is as far as I got. Okay. So most of you who have come up in the internet era are already light years ahead of me. Totally fine. I come from 0 or negative, which means nothing. So, yeah. For those of you who are just starting, I've been 3-4 years in now doing the streaming. And I do highly suggest that you continue to go after your goals and your dreams. No matter what anybody says. You know, unless as long as you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting other people, then you're good. Okay? So make sure your baseline and your roots are covered so that way you can grow on here. And if you're going to school, continue schooling, however that may be, for the rest of your life. because learning never ends. I don't care what they tell you, you know. Learning never ends. Life is legit like a never-ending education series. Um, so, uh, let's see. Yeah, meal planning. That's next. So investing in yourself. With the multi-posting, you're going to have to pay for some kind of an app or some kind of a platform. If you have questions, don't be afraid to ask another person who may be somebody that you idolize. It may be somebody that uh, just has kind of like the vibe that you're going for, you know? Ask them questions. I mean, the whole point in being an influencer is to influence people into whatever it is that you're doing. So, how else are you going to get them into doing whatever it is that you're doing if you don't tell them how to do it? So, success doesn't end with you. And if you think it does, then it's already ended. Ta-da! So, let's see. Investing in self multi-posting. So, yeah. Actual budget. I did a envelope system finally. I'm proud of myself. You gotta give yourself the golf clap every once in a while. So, envelope system. So, Jack Black would be so proud. So, personal, Bub, and Winnie, Gavi, Jilfer. Household, already spent it. Supplies and goodwill and debts because, we don't have this. Yeah, I actually did do it. I'm super proud of myself. Finally, only took like, a year. So, or more. I have one book done. Now, on to the next. Yeah. So, we will be doing Beyonce. Or no. What did I put in this one? That was sinking funds. Yeah, so that's sinking funds. Yes. Yeah, I was going to, yeah. Yeah. Bills. So, the only one I have right now is cell phone. And some other stuff. Okay. So, then, oh God. Oh my gosh. Dun, dun, dun. I think this one's going to be, well, I already have a debts page. We'll figure something out for this one. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something. Oh, envelopes. Where am I at? Oh. Okay. Do you scoot? So, okay. All that's left in a little purse. It's part of my random ass collection of like miniatures for the dollhouse that I'm making, but I'm making the dollhouse real. So, does that make sense? So yeah. Oh, I forgot this one. Oh. Okay. So the hole punch for this is interesting. I've already learned my lesson. I'm going to mark it because I didn't last time. And I regretted it instantly. So. Alright, where am I here? It's May, I can still do that. Okay, so I'm going to put it this way. My handy dandy pencil. And there we go. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. Don't judge me for using the mirror or the camera in the mirror. Alright, so I just caught myself doing that. Sometimes you do stuff and you don't realize you're doing it. Right. Might as well be my real me, right? Okay. Confetti. So that one did that. This one's gonna do this. So I make sound effects when I do stuff. You'll get over it. Alright, where are we landing here? Alright, so this is gonna do that. I'm just lining up the ginormous freaking hole punch. Ghetto style. How about that? Actually. Oh my god. Damn. Like that? Wow. Okay. Popping off. See how it is? Kill me or some shit. Alright, so there's this one. This one. Okay. Ta-da! Get rid of this thing. This thing is a freaking toe breaker. Confetti. All ASMR style. Okay. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Yay, I love working in even numbers. It makes life so much. I don't know why it makes life so much easier. Okay. I could just learn the odd numbers the same way as the even numbers and be done with it. No, my brain won't let me. Okay. This is going to be bills. And what else are we doing? Alright. Alright, so we have fixed. Variable. Okay, so this will probably end up being my variable that I will keep on me. No, because I already have. No, I already have sinking funds, and debt is part of that. I wonder if I could put. Oh no, because there's like more than 5 in that. That's all on my card. So there's a difference between when you're doing the cash envelope system and when you're using the card or using a card. Is your cash is in hand and you're gonna either A, pay with cash, or B, deposit said cash onto a card. If you are like me and don't like to carry a lot of cash on you, um, either one of those is fine, but it's difficult sometimes to get the cash onto the card, like whatever the situation may be. And then there may be fees added to that. So I try to lean more towards having cash, but there's some instances like if you pay for your bills online, you're going to have a card number. So you're better off just putting whatever is being paid online. Even if you prefer cash, just deposit that amount or a little bit more to cover, shit happens. Glitches, bank fees, stupid random ass charges. Um, for your bills that you're going to have paid online through your card. Okay. Now, whatever card you use can vary. Each one of those cards is going to have their own set of rules. Okay. So, remember, you're going to be thinking about fees for usage. Are you going to get charged at the freaking ATM? Like twice, like $5 every time you use an ATM. Are you going to have it on a gift card and where it uses it that way? That is an option. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Square. Trying to think of some other ones that you could use for this. So let me go back and see which ones I usually look at Sunday. Yeah, Cash App, Venmo, Square, PayPal, and gift cards. So I tend to lean away from physical gift cards. I already had that conversation with y'all about Walmart's gift cards. They get scanned previously and information attached to it. When you go to put the money on the card, they get notified and they take that specific amount out before you even get in your car. It's gone. Like by the time you get home, it's gone. I've already experienced it. So be aware of that. I have not had a problem with like online gift cards so far, but just be aware of that because I usually used to give my kids their tour money on gift cards. So like Starbucks or like if they wanted a GameStop or like just some nice little treat thing that they like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, but that's another option for your sinking funds or for your bill pay. So if you don't have a regular bank account, those are some options for you. I know there's other cash online apps that are available to be utilized as like a kind of like a mock bank. Okay. So far so good on Cash App. So far so good on Venmo. Have not had problems with them except for one time, to be fair. But that was because I'm a dumbass. So I left my card in the store. So the main fixed bills, if you're going to have them paid online, like I said, just utilize that. If you're going to be doing it this way, like I was talking about, where you're doing the cash envelope system and you're doing your digital system, okay, you're going to have to keep tabs on your paper and your online, verifying both. It's almost kind of like giving yourself double work, but it's also giving yourself that little bridge of the step of that leap from paper to online, because at any point in time, either one of those or both of them can be completely gone. All right. So be aware of that. And don't think that you're immune to that, because as soon as you think you're immune to it is when you become vulnerable. If you think you're immune, you are actually the most vulnerable, because it's, opposite ends, so they meet in the middle. They meet at end to end, face to face. So don't get lost in that. I still don't know what to do with these 5 envelopes. Those are the fixed. Now the variable ones are like, okay, say for example, you have gas you have to pay for, right? Usually people pay in like cash, or they'll use the main card or whatever. For those of you who are doing sinking funds, you're possibly going ahead and putting money into a envelope for gas every time that you do your sinking fund. So you'll always have gas money on hand. But there's another way that you could utilize for your gas. For those of you who are new to getting a credit card, I know y'all are just like, ugh, cringe. No, hear me out, okay? If you're actually disciplined enough in this situation, it can be very, very beneficial for you. If you use your credit card, okay? Well, let me backtrack. Those who are going into credit, go to the bank. Possibly the one that you're working with. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. I think there's like ways that you can apply for it. Online, other ways. I don't know exactly what it is, but once you get to that point, let me know. Once you have a credit card in your hand. There. I don't know what the middle part is. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself. The point is, once you have a credit card, only use it to get gas. And only use it 30% of the total amount that you have available on your card. Now, when I say this, I mean I think it's like an unsecured credit card. So when I say you go to the bank, you take $200. $200. Take it to the bank. Tell them that you want to put that money on I think it's an unsecured, they'll know better, an unsecured credit card, okay? This is to help build your credit to get an actual credit card, okay? You go to the bank, you give them your $200, you say, I want an unsecured credit card. I don't know what the process is after that for you specifically, because there's a little in the middle. Once you get that card, only use it for gas and only use 30% of it. Whatever the total amount, I think that's like what? Hold on. Where's my calculator? Let's see if I can even do this. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have. Wow, that just showed my age. Okay, what is 30% of Google's my best friend? $200. $60. Okay, a month. Now, once you get to that $60, pay that card. Clear that thing. Okay. Then use it again. So like maybe once a week. right? So you get gas once a week. You use that card only for gas once a week. You pay it off the next week. See? So having the sinking funds for your credit card debt amount is going to be different because you're going to keep that debt at zero. You're going to utilize the card, but you're going to keep your debt at zero because you're going to have it paid off already. See what I'm saying? So you use your credit card. I don't even know if they allow this anymore, but they used to allow that you could actually pay your credit card with your credit card and you bounce them back and forth. But I don't know if that's true anymore. Also don't know if that's illegal, so to each their own. I don't have a credit card. There's a reason for that. So the utilization, keeping it at or around 30% guarantees you a credit score increase. And you do this every month, right? You do this every month for 6 months and watch your credit score. For those of you who are building a credit or those of you who don't have any credit, I don't know which one's worse. You may have issues with the bank. I'm not sure, but you just ask them. So taking that first step is always the hardest anyways. But the reason why I say that is so you can build your credit. Once you build your credit to a certain point, the bank is going to offer you a credit card, but other companies are going to offer you credit cards. You're going to get an inpouring of credit card offers. That's when the chaos is. But anyways, you can pick and choose whatever works best for you, but there are options with those as well. And I really suggest that you take some of them and like get like 3 of them and like start with your bank in the middle and then do like a really, really low interest, but like high, whatever. And then like a really low, but like a really high, like a pro and a con, you know what I mean? On either side of that bank and see where does that seesaw fit. Okay. And which one is your best option? Because your brain can really only think about 3 things at the same freaking time. Once it gets to 4, it's kind of blurry. So those 3 options are really going to be where your best bet's at, but making that choice, okay? Because you're going to have to decide which one it is that you're going to go forward with. That one card that you're going to use to build your credit with, because you still have that other card, right? Now you have 2. You have your unsecured and you have your secured. Wow. Now you're building on both. So now the credit card is going to go to your bills. If you don't already have your bank account doing that, okay? So when I say your bills, I'm talking about your fixed bills. You know for a fact every single month that this is the freaking bill that you're going to have. No question about it. It's going to be this amount. That's the one that you use for your auto pay, which will also build your credit. So, which in turn, once you get over a certain amount, now you can apply for a personal loan. Dun, 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 dun. Personal loan. Guess what? I'm going to put this in this bank account, and I'm going to have this bank account pay off this personal loan. I never touched the money. I just got the money to utilize it to build my credit. And the interest on that bank account is now feeding in because you're building and you're moving it. And money loves to move. So give it a place to go. Investing in yourself, 10% off the top of all income immediately goes into your savings account. I don't care if you got $1, 10 cents. Savings. I don't care if you have to have a little space on your table, a pocket to put it in. I don't know, something. But start with change. Every little bit counts, right? Hell, if the businesses do it to us, you can do it to the universe. You can do it back. Just the same. Tables are turning for a lot of us. Just all right. So going into these 5, which I still haven't figured out which one I want to do yet, because I've already got the sinking funds. My personal fixed are already on a card, which was what I was saying earlier. Making sure that that card has a specific amount of money. That way it's already covered and I ain't got to worry about shit. Because my dumbass always forgets to pay my bill. I always forget it. I don't care. I'm 43. I have had bills as far back as I can remember. I've had to pay for shit. I don't even know how long. And so for me, having auto pay now is like a godsend. Or the ability to pay online is a godsend, because holy crap. I don't know how many times I got charged with fees of late fees. Late. I was born late. I was always late. I'm going to die late, hopefully. But yeah. So variable, I already do have a variable bag, but variables are going to be, like I said, your gas. Like say you have a bill that's like only every couple of months or something like that. Like mine's the PO box. I only get charged every 3 months. So my 3 months is all compiled, but I only get charged every 3 months. So I have to make sure that that amount is in there. I currently have that one set up on a card, but I have the cash set aside for that. So, because I don't have no idea what the hell's going to happen in July. But for right now, I'm trying to think ahead. So, house and gas. I don't know why I wrote house. Emergency fund off the top. So, we'll come back to this because I don't want to be stuck on it. I said it's not stuck in my head. So, I went to PowerPoint. Let's see. So, numbers working into actual budget, subscriptions, which you would throw that into your fixed. So, I mean, off the top, you have your inbound, your 10% off the top, and then your fixed. And so right up there with your fixed bills is where your subscriptions and stuff like that are going to end up going. So things like a cell phone bill or Amazon, YouTube, Google, like if you order online every month, like I do for grocery orders, like today's Tasty Tuesday, I'm going to go ahead and build out the grocery order today. I'm not going to order, but I'm going to build it out. And then, like I said, about the variables, is that's not the same every month. This is something that's like either like, it's like an unplanned event, emergency, or like gas, or for those of you who like buy stuff in between, keep an eye on that, because you will get nickel and dimed to death in that mix, and somehow that'll eat into all of this. So every dollar, every dime gets counted into this. And I am still working on the self-discipline in that, as well as keeping up with like receipts and stuff. For those of you who are going to be doing the, I think it's Ibotta. It's an app for Tasty Tuesday. It's an app for like when you're grocery shopping, or like if you're purchasing items, you get money back or something like that. Anyway, so for me, it's to keep up with my business. So that way I can keep up with how much money was spent, what was the weight on the item, how much money was spent on the item specifically. So that way I have information to put into what will be my future build out for my business. So, because like I said, the first 6 months was a lesson, and now the next 6 months is like go time. I'm not joking. It's not just for y'all, it's for me too. So, I did not realize how fast a year can go by. until I realized that next month is Jeff and I's 1 year anniversary. That's crazy. I feel like I just met him like a month ago. um, it's really crazy how much can happen in a year. And so, anyway, um, going into uh, yeah, let's see. So yeah, debts. I went ahead and put an envelope in the back of my already existing sinking funds for debts. I did not build that one out because I just want to get something rolling into it at this point, like just anything. um, because that's, taking the first step in anything is like I said, the hardest damn thing that you'll ever freaking do, because you're battling yourself consistently and taking that step. And it's fear that keeps you from taking that step. Some of it's intuition, but most of it, in my case, was fear. Um, I let a lot of things get in the way because I was afraid of something that wasn't real. It didn't even exist. And it was only in my mind because of either things that were told to me in the past or, you know, self doubting belief systems. It didn't matter. But that's really the only thing that's held me back, other than finances. Hey, baby. You okay?
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah. So, ask questions, and a lot of them. And don't be afraid to. If somebody gives you slack, anyway, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to, because my luck if somebody will actually do it and I'll get sued or something. I don't know. I'm not going to say it. Anyway, so just move on to the next, right? Um, so, bank totals, yeah, loans, add debt, group, reset. Okay. So, and again, we're going to be looking at Q3, the next 6 months, and how do we want to end the year? Because if you don't make those steps now, I'm serious. Like, you need to do it now. I don't know how much. I don't know who this is for. Maybe it's me trying to amp myself up. Who knows? But start now. Start today. Start writing stuff down of what you want, and what you want to do, and what you need to do to get there. See, we always put our wants behind our needs, which is fine. I say that all the time in my numbers and in my budget. But there comes a time when you start to question the things that are happening in your life, or the people that are in your life, and you start to wonder, what's next? Should I? Shouldn't I? What do I do? You know? Start to question everything. Doesn't matter what age you are. It could happen multiple times in your life too. And you have to decide in that moment, where do you want to go from here? So I know where I want to go.
Where? Why? Mm.
Be nice, actually. It's a good idea. I like your idea better. I was gonna say space, but yeah, yours is more feasible. Maybe. Have you ever been on a plane? Oh yeah, yeah, Colorado. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. Don't blame me. Um. So yeah. I don't know what my obsession is with space. I feel like I've already been there and been back. My dad always said I was a space cadet. I just want that patch, man. I want it official. You know what I mean? Baby,
What?
do you hear me?
What?
I want to be an official space cadet.
Okay. All right.
Remember when they used to say that back in the day? Like, oh, you're such a space cadet. Like, because you're not thinking straight or whatever, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then now it's actually an official thing. Like, you can legitimately be. I think you have to go through the Air Force to get a Space Force. I'm not sure what path that takes, but to be in the Space Force, you can actually be a space cadet. That's funny. I want to be a space cadet. So yeah. Um. Oh, I know what that's from. That's from that package I sent out earlier today. I was trying to figure out where that ink splotch was from. So yeah, okay. Going back into where are we at? God, I talked about so much stuff already. Um oh yeah. I need to add a cache. I'm glad I wrote a note to myself. That's another thing too. Like when you go back and forward and you pull things from the past that you like forgot about, or things that like maybe you're just like, oh, I didn't realize I was part of it. Hold on, let me write that down in the future. Like inspiration comes from everywhere. So even from your own thoughts. And when you're pulling that information from the past, it helps you to be able to finite things going forward. Um, and it gives you more structure behind it, you know? So when you're picking and choosing things going into, your next set, whatever that might be, be very specific about what it is that you want, because that's literally the only things that you're going to cover. Because remember, whatever is in your mind, that could be gone in like a few seconds. I know for me, at any point in time, my brain just goes and reboots. And whatever I see around me is whatever's I have to hold on to get a remembrance of what I was doing or what I was talking about. And I have to kind of like real quick scan over everything just to make sure that I have something to work with. So, or like parts of the conversation, I'll backtrack in my memory, like what can I remember? What can I pull from this moment in time? And then just kind of go from there. Because, and I don't know if it's like a disorder or like maybe I have brain injury. I don't know. But, or maybe it's just part of getting old. Who knows? Maybe I'm just utilizing a different part of my brain now that I was never using before. And now I am in a bigger room and I lost my boxes somewhere in the room. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Because as you get older, you learn more and more, and you need more space to be able to learn. So, yeah, I lost my boxes in the attic. What can I say? Lost my marbles a long time ago. So, the like right now. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So another reason why I was saying for the past pulling forward is because it'll also not just keep you on track with yourself, like with your content creation, with your personal goals, with your uh, algebraic expression for life. You'll be able to also keep your expenses down and be able to utilize that money that you would have been thriftfully spending, although albeit exciting and amazing when it's happening. But This way you could utilize it in a way that'll be beneficial for you in the long term. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear. Trust me. Do it. um, okay. None of us know what the future holds. Only thing that we can do is make maybe a plan. If they're lucky, it might work. But the best laid plans of mice and men often do go awry. And you have to kind of leave room, as a rule of four, for the void. So, creation from the void can come in positive or negative. And it's added to your already existing two choices. So, be it as what it's may. The saving receipts for the business, also adding into that the cash envelope system, because you're going to be utilizing a certain, I know I'm saying that we're utilizing a lot today. You're going to be using a lot, or putting a specific amount into said envelope. Only that amount goes for whatever set of specific amount of time that it is. So when you're keeping the receipts, you're not only keeping track of the weights for business, at least that's what I'm doing. You have the weight, you have the amount that you spent specifically, so this way you can put that in for your business information. You also have it for tax purposes, for write-offs, for business purposes, as well as you're being able to keep track of it because some of those other money saving applications might be able to assist me in getting cash back for some of those things. So remember, think of every single thing that you look at as a spider. Okay? Like, you draw a circle and you have a bunch of little, or a web, right? This spider is in this web of things that it could be, right? Money that could be coming from it or going to it. Ideas that could be coming from it or going to it. Everything is going through this said item. Doesn't matter what it is, right? Doesn't matter. Let me sell you this pen, right? So no matter what it is, this thing has the infinite potential. I could literally save someone's life or end it with this pen at any moment in time. Same thing with this pencil. I could create something so amazing or plan something so destructive, all with this one thing, right? There's a positive and negative in everything. It's what you put into it. So, I have no idea what I'm going to put into it yet, but I started putting envelopes in there. I started a step. Hell, I even got the thing. But you know what I mean? I just started the steps to get to where I'm planning to go. You gotta, you're not going to go on vacation if you just stand in the door staring at your vehicle with your tickets in hand and your bag and all your stuff ready, and you're not going on vacation if you don't go anywhere. If you don't take that step, you ain't going nowhere. So, I don't know how many more times I'm going to repeat that in you, but I will. So, everything around you has the potential for everything. So, it's all in your mind what you create it to be. Okay, I already know this is a calendar. It has a bunch of inspirational stuff on it, right? If I wanted to, I just got inspiration from this. It's a calendar. I can make my own calendar. So I could turn it into a PDF file and then turn around and sell it, like I'm doing with the planner. I could create it my own way because Canva's free. Infinite possibilities, okay? I can just use this saying that it says today. Excuse me, breathe and let be. I don't even know who this person is. John Zinn. Google it. Wow, what do you know? Creation. So I could get inspired just from the little picture that's on it, a little flower, which I kind of do because, it's how my wall looks. But, everything around me is flowers for some reason. But yeah, or just the simplicity of the artwork. Or I can get an imagery in my mind of, maybe those coils is something having to do with hair. Word referencing. It creates those sparks in your mind that you need to survive, okay? You need that to thrive. You have to have those little in your brain for it to be able to do what it, you gotta have this engine firing. You gotta give it fuel. It's in the food, the meal plan. It's what you put in you. It's what helps you to create. Cherry tea, by the way. Celestial Seasonings. You guys are awesome. Not sponsored, by the way. Need to be. I need a lifetime supply of every flavor you have. Or just one box of each is totally fine by me. Hey, Desnick. No, probably delayed though. And plus, I never paid attention to the freaking screen anymore because half the time I can't even see that anybody's talking. So that's my fault. My bad. Sorry, bro. So, again, distracted. Artwork, creation, inventory, food, something. Okay. So, meal planning, inventory, meal planning, grocery list, needs list, and order online. Okay. So, I did print out a grocery list and needs list. I didn't write anything down. So, on that note, I have no idea what I need. So, I need to do an inventory today. Because we backtrack. And yes, we start from 0 or negative here because, oh my god. No, it's not pre-made. It's just my shit's lagging and I'm slow, So I probably lag more than the stream does. I know I glitch out plenty of times. That should be my name. My name should be Glitch. I think that's going to be my streamer name. Glitch. There's something wrong with me. Okay. So I'm just going to write that down. Parentheses. Glitch. I think for my OC for Comic-Con was Gamble. Yeah. So I don't know whoever needed to hear that. Investing in self. For those who are trying to understand where you can get profit, you're going to have to get your total revenue and then minus your expenses, and that's how you get your profit. So your total revenue is your sold price plus, say if you needed to ship it or whatever else is going on with that. Your expenses is your item cost, your shipping, your listing fees, your final reserve fees or whatever it is, your shipping supplies, printing supplies, blah, 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 all of that, right? So then once you subtract your expenses from your revenue, then it creates your profit. An alternative way to do it is to take the total price minus the cost price plus whatever fees, and then that's what the profit is. It's just reversing. But, yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. Don't mind me. Hey. Hey.
What?
Can we go to the library?
Oh no, I'm listening. So,
Okay.
first thing.
Like in a minute?
Oh,
Just real quick before they close. Yeah. So, creating PDF files is fairly easy seeming so far that I've gotten. Don't know how well it's going to do with the transfer to other platforms. That I will have to get back to you on. How will it transfer to other platforms? Okay. Um. Okay. Print lists from each room. Okay. So I do need to make one of those. Needs list. Nope, I already made it. Okay, so needs list is already done. I just need to print it. Print needs list in Canva. Thrift list. Did I make one of those? Yeah, thrift buying guide. Meal plan. And I think I already have next week's schedule. Yeah, I already have next week's schedule. I don't know. No, I don't. I only have up to Monday. So yeah, there's this week up until Monday. So let's see. Oh, whoops. I forgot cash section. That's what I was doing. Oh, I already did. Okay. So as far as like income, when you're putting the income in there, don't forget your cash. Because we always like, we're just like, oh, whatever. No. Each and every envelope is counted for. You end up in zero. You do a zero budget balance every single time you get money. Every time. So, um, if you have to review it like once a week, I review mine usually on Sundays. Sometimes I review them midweek sometime, but I do have it for Sundays. So, I mean, you can change that to whatever for you. But Sunday is my Monday. So, um, I really need to stop leaning so hard. Like when I'm like doing that with the mouse, like I don't know why. Like I notice that I'm like pressing so hard on the on the table for no reason. Just like hovering my hand for no reason. Like that. It's just sitting there. And it's like pressing. I think that's why they have those like little cushiony thingies, but still, there's no reason to do that. It's like stuff that your brain does subconsciously that you don't even realize that you're doing. Like locking your jaw. I bet you're doing it right now. Like this. Also, relax your shoulders because that's another thing too that none of us like. We just like that all the time, like ready to kill somebody or something. Nuts. Um. So, just breathe. Yeah. Take a deep breath. Count to 4. Um. Okay. So inventory, for sure. Let's circle that with the hot pink pen. Okay. Because color coordinate. And then referencing for multi-posting tools. For social media, multi-posting. I know for myself, one aspect that I did look at was something called Linktree. It's pretty popular now. Um, it's free. and you can do a lot of stuff. You can link a lot of your social media in one place, and it's pretty awesome. Especially for those of you who are utilizing a lot of different aspects. Like, say, for example, like for myself, I have my main social media, and then I have my seller sites, and then I also have like business things like coupon codes. I've got um, links to like services like Rakuten, Amazon. I also have my wish lists in there. I have some of the I think there's like a reference guide in there, and then like any kind of like donation sites or like my cash apps and stuff like that. So like all of my social media, all of your stuff is legitimately like pretty much all in one spot. The problem is that's just a link site. That's not a management system. Okay, so a management system is separate than that. Your link tree is just it's just going to link people to all of your social media. It's not going to manage it. You're the one that manages it, and that's just like a light touch kind of thing. Like you fill it out and just touch base with it once a month. So just to make sure that it's not like the links are good, that they're not broken. And double check. Go like I said, go back and double check and make sure your shit's straight because it happens. Okay, social media manager management tools like multi-posting tools is separate than that. So this is your calendar that you're going to be building out for, and each one of these tools only works for certain social medias. So you're going to have to look at them and see which one works best for you. Not all of them are free. Most of them are paid for. And I'm not saying a little bit of money either. They're a pretty good amount. And that's why I say 10% back to yourself off the top of all the money that you get, because of the fact that you're going to have to pay in and invest in yourself in order to move forward. Now, once you're invested in said whatever, then you can add it to your monthly bills, which is going to be in your residual. I mean, not your residual, fixed. So, in your fixed bills. So, I think I just messed up those words. Either way, you get what I'm saying. So, I'm looking at, you're going to want to look at plans and pricing for pick 3 social media multi-posting tools. Like I said, kind of like teeter-totter those 3 and see which one works best for you and pick one, because keep a backup just in case, but pick one because you're going to be locking in. All right. Once you pick one, that's it. We're going to be working at that for the next 6 months. So, like I said, for the next week, or sorry, 2 weeks, you're picking one thing to do every single day and doing it. Whether it's posting it online, whether it's looking into social media management and getting it all set up, or if it's, I don't care what it is, just do it. Just do it. Okay, so we're going to look at the top 10, according to Capterra, top 10 social media management tools. I don't know if this is accurate. I don't know how old this is. I've never even heard of any of these, so I'm going to back out of this. Hold on. Okay. Brand Watch. What is this? All-in-one social media marketing tool. Yes, I agree to your stupid cookies. All right. Brand Watch. Oh, I think this is an actual social media tool. Okay, hold on. I wanted a list of them. This is Sprout Social. It says industry leading social tools. It's the number 1 thing that is sponsored. Hold on. Let me go down to non-sponsored. That was Capterra. Okay, hold on. I'm still scrolling. Free social media management app. Okay, so here's one of them. I don't know. That's sponsored too. Hold on. Which one's not sponsored? Wow, that whole first page is sponsored. Okay, so they're really pushing this now. Okay, so the ones that I know of is like Hootsuite, Monday.com. Never heard of Sprout Social, but evidently it's one of them. Odoo. or Odo. I may be saying it wrong, but it's ODOO. You might want to check pricing for that. Um, Hold on, I'm looking up Tech Cult top 5 to cross post for free. Hootsuite. Hold on, I'm scrolling. Sprout Social. Social Champ. Ag- I don't know if this is an actual thing. Hold on. Agorapulse. Co-schedule. Buffer. Social Pilot. Tailwind. Okay, so 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the best time to, I don't care where you are, is the best time to post for all social media. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, period. I'm just kidding. It's just, it's 9 a.m. wherever you are. So, um, but to be fair, there are people who are awake at the time. You gotta think of like the time changes around the world because if you're wanting to go international, you need to think international. Okay, but you gotta take the steps first. You gotta like get yourself good. You gotta get yourself boundaries and your foundation good. And then, as you're doing that, you're still reaching for the stars. You know what I mean? So you're picking and choosing, okay, I wanna be a social viral, whatever. If the only way I can get to do that is if I post my content or if I do something, and now all of a sudden the whole world sees me. So how do I get to see the world? How do I want the world to see me? International. Interstellar. That's the next step, right? So, let's see. Okay, so those are the ones that I got on this one. I don't know if that was just like a clickbait, to be fair. Um, but I do know that I have used Hootsuite, Monday, and Planner, and I don't see Planner on here anymore. I don't know if it's still good or not. I don't know, but these are all sponsored anyway. So just like look for your own stuff, and you're gonna have to find your own path. I'm just trying to give y'all some stones to step on here. Um, Skipping rocks. Um, I guess we'll try. Let's see how much Hootsuite is. It gives you a 30-day free trial, which is cool. Fucking cookies. Only cookies I want are chocolate chip. Okay, that's it. And Oreo. Yeah, those are pretty good. Blah 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 blah. Where's the money? Okay. Contact sales. How much is this shit? I hate this. When they don't tell you how much it is up front. I hate that. Alright, contact sales. I'm not contacting sales. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that. Unless I'm actually serious about it. I wanna see how much it actually covers. Okay, so it says it on its ad, on its main page, Hootsuite shows that it publishes to Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, which may or may not work. When I did it, it may have been in beta. I don't know, but it wasn't working for me. Pinterest, X, which is Twitter, and YouTube. So for me personally, that covers a ton. Um, those are really the main ones I'm looking at. So I'm pretty sure there's more. Oh, Kick. I don't know if it does Kick because I'm on Kick now, which I haven't been in a while. So shut up. um, TikTok, IG, Facebook, Twitch. Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't do Twitch, which I'd have to be live for that anyway. So, yeah. But you can. All right. So here's another thing. Like I said, you're going to be looking at Wait, what? Have I checked my footprint? Then search. Okay, I can't see what that is. Then search for your name. You will be surprised. What? I am so confused. Have I checked my footprint? I don't know how to check my footprint. Okay, next question. How to check your footprint on what? On Twitch? On digital? I don't know. Is that what you're saying? It auto collects your clips. I don't understand. I don't. Hold on. To check, okay, how to check your digital footprint. To check your digital footprint, you can use online tools, search your name on search engines, and review your social media presence to understand what information is available about you online. Okay. Tools like free online profile checkers, search your name on Google, check people search sites, review your social media accounts, and monitor data breaches. There are free online profile checkers, and oh yeah, Big Brother's always watching. Duh. His last name is Musk. Anyway, so and then the one above him, which is always Numero Uno. Remove yourself from searches. I guess you can. Well, hell, you just look at my name, you find out all my social media. It's not that hard. I'm the only person with that name in this freaking state. Literally, you can just type my name. Bam. There's my LinkedIn. There's like all of my pictures. My Twitter. Evidently, I have a Telegram. There's some shit on here that's old as fuck, too. An old ass Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn. My YouTube. I think I said Instagram, right? My Pinterest. I think I said that also. Wow, that was random. ABC News from like 1985. What the hell? Cold case. Why is my name associated with that? What? 1985 Washington cold case homicide. They were found Christmas Eve. And they were dragged into a wooded area. What? Yeah, can we remove my name from that? What? Where was the last place that you went that you made an impression on you? Ah, that's funny. Wow, these are old. Yeah, like I said, they're gonna be pulling like all the algorithm, all the search stuff is gonna be different. All of everything is gonna be different, and all of the people who were really prominent in the past, I think they're gonna be like replaced with like the next. It's time for the next generation, basically, of influencers, of leaders, of of what we want to see in the world, right? So do the best you can. Twitch guru. Oh, it's a Twitch thing? Oh, well, I don't know. Well, I think you can get my clips on my page, right? Like on my profile. Really? I mean, anybody can get it anywhere. It's available for all because it's on the internet. Oh, at least they got the good pictures of me. I'm sorry, that picture's pretty hot. I don't care. I don't care how old I am now. Oh, they have those. Wow. Okay, I was not aware of that. I just did my images. That's funny. Ugh. Ugh. The picture of her ex comes up. Anyway, bad choices. Bad choices. Lessons learned. It's your own damn fault. Just admit it. It's your fault. Take accountability for your actions. It's your choice. Oh well. So, okay, I guess it's going into the Singer Eve and Matt Rife. So, I'm not sure what. I mean, it's cool that I'm in between two really popular people, which is awesome. I would actually like to meet both of them, to be honest with you. I kind of want to just give Eve a hug because she got me through a lot of shit. Let's see. Yeah, because now we're getting into like knives and more celebrities. Totally fine by me. Let's see. Oh, coffee too. Hell yeah. Draven Rife? Hmm. Huh. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, if you look up my name, you'll find like all of my social media and stuff. Which, like I said, is like crisscrossed and like jumbled up. So it's a hot mess. I'll tell you that. It looks so different in like all these pictures. This is crazy. Like I have different hair colors, different lengths, different styles. That's crazy. That one. Let's see. It's even got my avatar. How the? I don't know. Okay. It just goes to show like how much stuff like it's like they say back in the day like oh everything you put on the internet is forever on the internet and then that whole meme of well where's my MySpace pictures then I feel it okay I lost years of my child's youth or my children's youth due to MySpace and my lack of understanding social media and the emails at the time so yeah no damn fault yet again anyway so oh wow, that's an old picture. That's my LinkedIn. Okay. Going back to block them. Oh, there's a brand new one every day. I promise you. Every day there's a new one. If you go back to all the streams and you look at the chats, forget it. You're gonna get a new one. Every time I block them, ban them. From to block is remove. Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right, I didn't understand what you said at first, and I looked up. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Um. So yeah, you do. You see like everything on there, and like I said, I have had social medias before that, um, I started to work with, and then like either I forgot about it, just got lost in the sauce of me building all of this stuff, and then maybe I went back and like touched base a little bit, or like just left it. Like I know that there's a lot of I have multiples of the same type of social media because of the way my logins are for Google. I have to like pick and choose which one I think it went to, because when I first started building all of this stuff, excuse me, I webbed it out so much that I got lost in my own sauce, so to speak. So, what? What? Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? When I was fighting. Are you talking about like the struggle is real, or like actual physical fighting? Because I don't do that. My boy? Which one? Yeah, my kids are good. I wish better, but they're good. Yeah, you're not kidding. Yeah, life sometimes makes a definite turn that you did not anticipate coming. And you kind of have to just find a way to make it work sometimes. And that is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do, is to just try to figure out a way to make it work. And that's all I've been doing for the past like 5 years, is just trying to find a way to make it work. They ask you what your 5 year goal is. I didn't have one 5 years ago. I just knew I wanted to make it. Whatever it was, as long as it was something that was like a push forward, you know? And I want you guys to keep going after your dreams and your goals. And I know that people are not going to understand your path. They're not going to understand why you're making the choices that you're making. They're not going to understand why you're doing what you're doing, because it's not their fucking path. It's yours. So don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on what you love. Don't give up on the people around you. Even if they seem like they're mad at you, if there's a chance to fix things, try it. If you want to. There's some people and certain situations that I understand that you have to cut ties and you have to stop associating with whatever it is. But that's your choice. Ultimately, your life is your choice to do with what you will. And I hope that you guys make the right choice. All of you. No matter if it's my children, if it's my viewers, if it's anybody that ever hears this or sees this in the future, and I have no idea who you are. I wish you well, but don't give up. Because a lot more is attached to your idea than you realize. The thoughts that you think are, oh, that's stupid. It's not, okay? It's a thought for a reason. It's meant to be something. You bossed it. Thanks. Your character gauge almost ran out. What is a character gauge? Yeah. And not everybody can do. Just remember, everybody's path is different, and you can only do what you can do. And sometimes you can't do anything, and you get brick walled, and it sucks. Okay. And sometimes it lasts a hell of a lot longer than you've ever thought imaginable, like years. Okay. I'm talking brick walled for freaking years. I was blacklisted. I can't get a fucking job anywhere. No one will hire me. I've been streaming on here for years. So, inconsistently, but still. Anyway. And that's why I'm trying to be a little bit more self disciplined with what I'm doing. And I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. I don't think I'll ever be there. I will always be getting there. I will always be getting better. I will always have failures. I will always lose something. I will always gain something. I will always be myself as much as I can. This is an accolade to yourself. This is who you are. So and that's why I say, to be the best, you have to be yourself in whatever it is that you're doing. Authenticity is the highest vibration. And if you're really wanting to attract people to you, you have to be yourself. You will attract your tribe, then, the people who are meant to be for you. You will also attract people who will see your light and want to put that shit the fuck out, because now you're lighting up their darkness. So, yes, don't lie to yourself. Baby steps. There's going to be pieces missing. There's going to be steps that you're going to take, that you're going to have to take a leap of faith. And you're going to have to believe in yourself, ultimately, no matter what. The Alpha and the Omega. You are the creator of all of this, everything. You have the possibility, infinite possibility within yourself. There's nothing stopping you but you and your fear and the words that you hear in your mind that stop you from doing everything that you ever wanted to do your whole entire fucking life. This is your life. From this moment forward, I want you to live it. I want you to live your best life. With or without me, all of you. May you be blessed beyond your wildest imagination when you least expect it. I think Glitch is a good name. So, social media. I keep going back. I'm at 2 hours now. I made all 50 cents today. So yeah, social media multi-posting, you're gonna have to find a way to get it, find the pricing for it for whatever works best for you. Um, and we'll keep moving forward on that thought. We are going to find out what the pricing is. I'm at 2 hours right now, so find pricing. And this is what I'm saying about, whoops. This is what I'm saying about pulling into the next week, right? Okay, I only printed to Monday, so I am going to write it on here because we're going to pull a previous couple of weeks into this next week, because that'll be the last week of the month. Yeah, so we're going to be coming into June, which will be the first part of this third quarter. Don't rely on others, but don't be alone. Being alone is not so bad, okay? I want you to sit with this thought for a second. You have to get comfortable with being alone. Because when you are alone is the only way that you are going to be able to focus on your path. So I want you to get comfortable with being alone. I want you to be comfortable with your thoughts. If that's not a challenge to anything. I was once told, this is funny because I was told while I was a saleswoman that, or when I was in sales, I should say, that by a client, and I don't know how the conversation came off, but this is what he told me. He said, I want you to take a blindfold, and don't go anywhere with this, earmuffs, a piece of cardboard, and I want you to go stand in your closet. Like, don't touch anything. You push everything away from you to where you're just standing there on this piece of cardboard that's the size of a piece of paper, okay? He said, I want you to stand there and don't touch anything. Set a timer that you can actually, like, maybe feel, okay? For a certain amount of time. Overnight is what he said. And he said when by the time morning comes up, he said you will be a completely different person. He said if you ever want to know what hell is like, that's what hell is like. So if you can get through your own personal hell every fucking day and still show up, louder for those in the back. Okay? Because that's the biggest challenge you will ever have is yourself. And sometimes you don't have a choice in that matter. Sometimes the universe isolates you on purpose. Sometimes it gives you a timeout. Sometimes you get a smack upside the head in a car accident at 100 miles an hour into a tree. It's going to wake your ass up and make you realize this life is a lot more fleeting than you think. That all you are is jello on a stick, and you are the most vulnerable thing in this world. It's a scary thought, and life is like that. I want you to enjoy what you have. I want you to be able to spread that joy to somebody else. And keep going. If we can. Till the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? Just keep going. And know that you're not the only one struggling. You're not the only one that is going through some shit, even if it's all in your head. I am every day. Y'all know that. Y'all have seen it. I don't even have to say a damn thing. All you have to do is put it on mute and watch. Okay? I've been saying it. Listen without ears to what I'm saying. And everything will be okay. To light up the darkness and keep shining your light onto the world. And I want it to be so fucking bright that I can't help but stare. Okay? I want to see you for who you are. I want to see the difference in this fucking world that is so mechanical and pre-made. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with a little bit of that. But for the most part, I want to see you. That's what makes this world worth living in. I like it when people are themselves. It makes my day interesting. It makes life interesting. It makes me want to ask more questions and do this and get inspiration. And I mean, I see people around all the time in different outfits or hairstyles, or maybe their personal preferences is a little different than mine. It's totally awesome. I was raised and told to stay to my kind. I was told not to associate outside of a little circle. Well, guess what? This circle is freaking huge, and it is a melting pot. And it is a wonderful place to live in at the same time as being the most terrifying. And that is the human experience. You only get maybe 100 years if you're lucky. So enjoy every minute of it while you can, because old age is not guaranteed to everyone. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, sometimes it takes an entire lifetime. And sometimes you have to redo life again. Since we don't know what happens after death, who's to say that we don't come back? Just on a different timeline. Or back in the same body, but now you're a different frequency. Maybe that's the reason why life changes after a wreck. Maybe something happens to your existence. Who knows? Hey. You want to do something? Anything? We kind of like did our day backwards today, so I don't know.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay. Can you close the door? We're about to have a waterfall background. So, let me find some music. Quick, hurry. Oh, Lord. If that's not real, I don't know what else is. So, oh, My Little Love from Adele. Oh, it made me cry yesterday in the shower. Where am I right here? Gotta go good with the jazz, right? Well, anyway, I'm getting ready to get off here anyhow, so. Yeah. So, social media multi-posting. I'm done with that now. Y'all figure out your own shit. Let me know how it goes. I'll let you know how it goes next time. But Hootsuite seems to be, as far as coverage wise, looking pretty promising. In order to contact sales, you have to put in all this information that I don't feel like doing. So it might just be for businesses. I'm not sure, but or you may just put in your regular email address and just go to the next steps. Who knows? Fuck it. Let's go. Bam. I promise he's got bottoms on.
What?
I said, I promise he's got bottoms on. So, I need playing support help. Other need to suit and would like a demo. Oh, they're legit. Like, they want you to buy their shit, like, right now. Wow. Okay. Oh. Well, it does give you a 30-day free trial, but hold on, let me see what happens. Because I haven't given him any information yet, right? So it says create account. It says sign up with the first social account in one step. Okay, so it gives you a choice to open up Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or your Gmail. You okay, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. And then gives you the full name, business email, and then password. The password is the one that you're choosing for this site specifically. It's got to be like 12 characters, typical password. But it does give you that option, and then it says create my account. All right. Let's just go with this. And we're going. Get out of here. Ah, fuck. Why isn't it not letting me see it now? Enter. It is. Why is it? Oh, wait. Holy crap. Okay, so when I'm saying like investing in self, your monthly billing for Hootsuite is $149 a month. Wow. Or $1,188 a year plus tax. And it'd be due on June 19th of this year. But I'm gonna keep that tab separate though. What was Mondays? Y'all have a multi-posting tool that you guys use? It was nice to chat with you too last night. Angel shot? What is that? Okay. Are you ordering that or am I? Oh, you're asking. Okay. I was unaware that that was even an option. So I don't know. um, Let me reread this so this way I clarify. I'm just looking it up. That's all. Um, oh, I mean, that's awesome. Hold on. Are you. Okay. Okay. As far as I know, that's so random. Like, I never knew that even existed. I kind of want to speak on it. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So, like, street slang. Typically, that is. I think that was yesterday. Languages. Yeah, we didn't have anything for languages, so I'll go into that for languages. Okay, so we'll learn about that on next Monday. Um, but for those of you who don't know, um, we'll be adding a new section to languages on Monday. Uh, what that is and what the variations are, because there's variations to that too, which I didn't even know it existed. So now I do, and knowing is half the battle. I can't tell if he's smiling or frowning. Okay. Any glasses bad? Sorry, I was just reading more about that. That's really interesting. Okay. So there's actually like a bunch of different types of uh, street slang. and um, internet slang, I guess would be the word, or code words. We're going to talk about code words. Um, Also, like I've talked about before, a conversation within a conversation, how we subconsciously pick up sometimes on signals that are given or, or received. So, ask for Angela is another one. Yeah. Usually, if you see that in the bathroom, it says like in women's bathrooms or something is what the paper said. But it's different for each thing. It's different. So specifying, like that, I'll even put that in there. Really important. Uh, Ways of communication without alerting other people. So that's awesome. But there's different variations. And like I said, conversations within conversations, there's code words, there's codes. The universe itself will send you codes like angel numbers, or they will send you conversations through another person. And it's funny because you'll hear one conversation or something being said, and they will actually be speaking a different one. This is where talking in tongues comes in, where what you hear versus what they said is two completely different things. And so a lot of people take that as miscommunication and comprehension. It's not. It's the universe's way of communicating through and using it as a messenger. It's a way of, the universe sends messengers like birds, they send messages, animals. They each have meanings for each thing, right? Color codes, color theory, all of these things are all interconnected. Um, so when you have different variations of specific things, you have to be careful in what it is that you're putting out there because you want to make sure that it's received properly. Um, so conversation is great, but when there's no comprehension, so. And being aware of it, that this even exists, is something that is usually beyond most conversations, especially in social media now. You've got to be careful with your surroundings because just as much as there is good in the world, there's just as much bad. And it's whether or not it's in your neighborhood right now doesn't mean that it won't be. So, just saying. That goes for good as well. As much as there is bad in this world, there is good. So, same in reverse. It could be you next. So, like I said earlier in the stream, don't ever count yourself out from any situation. It doesn't matter what it is. You can be in a situation just like that and something that you never thought would ever happen. What are you going to do when that happens? That's the next steps. And what to do next. If you catch it. A lot of times people won't catch it. Okay? So you got to be careful. And then other times people are manipulators and they'll utilize this information against you. So be aware of that as well. Um, and just because you're a good person don't mean they are. I've had it, so I see it, yeah. If you've ever had a conversation with somebody and they said like maybe one specific word kind of stood out in that whole conversation, or maybe the way they were sitting or the way they were talking or messing with their things kind of made you feel some type of way, don't ignore that, okay?
Um, your intuition is a very, very strong, a very powerful tool that you can utilize at any point in time. And there is a lot to be said for that in certain scenarios. I know for a fact that I would not be here today if I did not use intuition on a constant fucking basis. It's like a requirement for life at this point. Um, and sometimes we get to that level of we are in a constant state of danger and we don't know what to do, or we feel like we are. And that's when you have to come back to reality and understand the real differences in, are you legitimately in danger, or is it a traumatic instance, maybe post traumatic stress disorder, or some kind of period trauma? Doesn't matter what kind it is, or compounded even. And so you have that on top of, an external experience, and it's just a soup. So you pick and choose how you're going to deal with said meal and how you're going to eat it or not. So, um, I'm still stuck on the angel shot thing. Sorry. And Monday, I'm going backtracking here. Trying to go back through and make sure that I'm covering everything before I kick off. So, content planner, social requirements, passwords. Update your passwords, please. If you haven't done it by now, you need to do it by June. Um, Needs list, meal plan, photo shoot, wardrobe plant tracker, office planner, fashion Saturday, vehicles, weekly workout, monthly budget, daily planner. I'm just trying to work backwards through this thing because each one of these is going to end up being. I also need to have a cover page for each binder, because once I have each one of these separated out, I want to have a cover page. This way, all I have to do is just look at it real quick, and I don't have to worry about it. I just glance at it; it's done. So, um, I might build out tabs. I'm not sure. Um, so much for the library. Um, I got a new schedule. Yeah, schedule for next week. Crafts, paint picture. I actually really do have an awesome picture in mind for the painting, by the way. And the dollhouse, I did get papers for the wallpaper. I still have clay, and I'm probably going to work with that too. Um, and I do have some miniatures, but they're like kind of cutesy. Um, so I think that's it for right now. Like I said, I did walk through a good bit of this Tuesday. So walked through 20. Yeah. All right. So tomorrow, I'm planning still for Dad's birthday. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow is the aesthetic is grunge. I have no idea what I'm gonna pick for that. Um, each one of the social media categories and requirements to be monetized. Remember, the goal is to be monetized for this. For all of your, as much as your social media as possible, because if you're going to be posting, why not get paid for it, right? Or at least try to get there, get closer to doing it, right? Thinking $100 bills. You're not thinking in dollar bills because that's pre-COVID era. You're thinking in $100 bills. That's going to be your $1 bill now. Okay. Um, Tomorrow's history. We're going to walk through some of this stuff for history, but I do want to continue building out a lot of this. And I want to get forward as much as I possibly can and hold accountability for myself while I'm doing it. So, and I want you to walk through this with me. I mean, as much information as I'm giving you guys, if it doesn't work for you, I'm sure you will find a way to make it work for you. And just keep trying. I mean, I'm giving you guys some really good steps to push forward through, or at least past a lot of people right now. And this is what we're supposed to do as influencers. You're supposed to help people get to where you are. You want more people like that. And why else influence it if you don't want more people to whatever, right? So anyway, seeds is for the library tomorrow, evidently. And I already shipped out the eBay order from today, so that's already done. Unless I get a new one between now and then. So I'll add the review, the sales, and add items to budget for tomorrow. And I ain't even worrying about Etsy. I don't even know why I added it because I ain't even put nothing in there. So, oh yeah, tomorrow we'll be working on the workout plan because that's a nightmare. It's not a nightmare actually. I actually really enjoy working out. I just bitch about it until I get there, and then once I'm there, I'm fine. Once I'm there, I'm okay, and then I struggle. Then I'm okay, and then I struggle. But then once I'm done, I'm just like, that was awesome. I feel so much better now. I'm all like peppy and shit when I leave. It's great. So kudos to Planet Fitness. The only bad thing is y'all keep clear my fucking accounts. Damn it. I've been telling Joe for 3 years now. There's 3 accounts with my card number on them. And they keep charging me. And I keep trying to cancel them. They won't fucking cancel it. It's the only bad thing that I have to say about them, okay? So. For the... I'm going to have to work through the every dollar with y'all another day. Next Tuesday. I'll just walk through it next Tuesday. By then I want to take this week and really deep dive into the background of the stuff that I'm doing right now and that I have been doing. So this way you guys have an idea of, okay, this is why I'm doing this. Because I don't know if you guys are really even watching half the time. I'll be lucky to get a viewer every once in a while. But I hope that you guys understand that this is like it's for me, but it's for y'all. Like this whole thing, the way I have it built out, is not going to work for everyone. Like it might work bits and pieces of it might work for you. So if you have a chance to be inspired from something that I am doing or something that I create, I want you to. I want you to take the ideas that I'm giving you and build from it. That's why I'm speaking it. I'm speaking it into existence. I need the universe and the rest of you to do what you do. What you do best is you do you. So. History would help. Yeah. Having the history is a requirement for a better future. If you have a history that's all jacked up and filled with information that you don't have that's accurate, you're not going to have a very stable foundation to build off of for a future, aren't you? And I wonder what's happening in the world today. Don't get me wrong. I totally understand where you're coming from. You want to have more points of view. Don't get rid of what's already there. It's another point of view. Okay? Add to it. Add the different points of view so people can see a full picture of the entire scenario, not just one person, right? But at the same time, you have to have your history to be able to build in the present, so this way you can build your future. So you know what the, lessons were, and ways to move forward. Maybe you can go back and look and be like, oh, they fucked up there big time. Let's fix that real quick and we'll be able to move here. As far as tan lines goes, I've been working in the garden, and I've been trying to keep as much tube toppy-ish as possible because I don't want tan lines, but at the same time, the rest of my body is as white as this fucking paper, so it doesn't matter. So anyway, but so yeah, unfortunately, I think those tan lines have been there like my whole life. To be honest with you, like these specific ones, that's what you're talking about right here in the shoulder. Yeah, I think they've pretty much been there the entirety of my existence. It's like a birthmark at this point. Like, remember back in the day, you used to use stickers when you'd go into a like a tanning bed or whatever. And every time Jeff and I go into Planet Fitness, I always think about those tanning beds because they're stand-up tanning beds, and they're like, I've never used one before, and I keep saying it. And since I'm a guest, I can't go use it, so it's like, grr. But um, because Planet Fitness won't cancel my accounts, all three of them. I've been saying it for years. I don't know if anybody's listening. Damn it, I need to vent it. Anyway, so what Megan Thee Stallion say? Ow. So yeah. I don't know why I've been saying that a lot lately. I think it's just because my workout music is mostly Megan. And I also have a sticker of like She-Hulk on the back of my phone. Because you know. Oh yeah, and I've been working on my traps too. Check this out. Yeah. I'm still fat everywhere else. Just saying. That's the only thing muscular on me other than my calves. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna be working on building out a workout plan for other than my whatever this is. Um, so page 3 right now is page 3. I'm gonna probably change that. But right now it's got like strength training, cardio, upper body, lower body, flexibility and core, full body, cardio, and then rest. But I don't know what I'm doing, so I just know that pre-workout makes me feel fucking amazing. Like I'm invincible, and I know I'm not. And then my muscles are like, yeah, you're not. Especially when my scar from my surgery starts like getting that tearing feeling in the middle when I'm like doing certain workouts. So you're just like, nope, can't do that one. Gotta go down 10 pounds. More reps, more reps. Lots of water. Anyway. Do your teachers read this chat? What? I don't have teachers. Q? Oh, question. Do your teachers read this chat? You okay? What's wrong? What'd you do?
Nothing. Yeah.
What do you want to do?
It's almost time to go to bed.
It feels like because we already did everything that we normally do about this time. And yeah, it's 5:30.
6.
Normally we'd be out and about, just getting done working out and stuff, and then going to stores and shit.
Are you still online?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I'm getting ready to get off of here. Why?
Well, let me know.
Okay. it's good to have um, for different like scenarios and stuff like that. It's good to have different like code words and stuff like that, especially with your family. Um, like phone calls, sometimes you can utilize a code word just to verify that the conversation is legit. Um, you can use uh, slang for certain scenarios. Communication with strangers might be, especially in this scenario, might be lacking as far as knowledge of said code words. um, when you're a kid, you have like a little group, and you have these little code words you put together. Same concept. It's just to make sure that like you're both on the same page, and it gives you a solid foundation to work from. Is what a code word is. So when the code word is said, and hopefully it's to bring immediate attention to the situation. It doesn't always work like that though. A lot of times people are not able to speak. So there's certain scenarios where the code word is going to have to be something more of a physical response rather than a verbal response. Um, so, and it goes in many different scenarios. So, when you're trying to communicate, there may be scenarios where your code word is not going to work. Like, nobody's going to know what the fuck you're talking about. Perfect example. So, but, and you see a lot of coding in music. You see a lot of it in movies. You see it in advertising. There's a lot of subliminal messaging as far as in frequency now. So, that's all that we are is frequency. So when you're trying to communicate with another person, just be aware, no matter where you are, what country you're in, even if you're in your hometown, you're talking with your homies or whatever, girl, just pay a little more attention to the conversation sometimes, because you never know what's being said behind eyes that don't speak. Okay? So hear the words that I'm not saying and understand that everything is going to be okay. That even if, you feel like, naturally, if you feel in danger, immediately seek help if you can. For those of you who feel in danger but you're not quite sure how to speak on it yet, there are ways to kind of lightly put that message out into the universe, and that's what I'm meaning, is a second conversation within a conversation or within a code word to spark that attention that, okay, now we're speaking in tongues, so to speak. So it's like you have to really, I would like for you guys to try to pay a little bit more attention to your surroundings and live a little bit more in the moment, because we miss so much of the world around us. And maybe right now or soon, there might be a time where you might have to purposefully be more aware of your surroundings depending on your situation or whatever scenarios that come up. You never know. Things can happen at any point in time, and crazier things have happened before in history. So it's always good to be aware, even if it's, not an immediate spark of awareness. It's like, okay, it's there, it's in my awareness, but we're gonna see how this plays out, kind of thing. Like, sometimes it's not even an immediate thing. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm just making you aware, hold that thought, you know what I mean? So another thing is to sounds. Like another form of street slang is animal sounds. Um, it's like a code that only a certain people, a group of people, or a certain set of people would know or be aware of certain sounds. Um, because a lot of us, we drowned out the noise of the world. We're so focused on what it is we need to do right now that we don't pay attention to the world around us. And we forget to be a human being every once in a while, you know? And sometimes it's okay to pause and come back to self awareness, which is it's a scary thought, but it's good practice, right? And just be very aware of the things around you for a moment, okay? Even if it's for like 30 seconds. I know it's a long time for some of you, but just be a little more aware of your surroundings. And maybe that's a message for somebody. Maybe that's a message in what we're talking about right now. And, you never know who's going to be around you. You don't know, the people of your past may come back up, people who you've been around, or people who've just come into your life that have ill intention towards you. Or on the opposite end of this, I know I got kind of dark with that, but if you don't pay attention to your surroundings, you may miss the opportunities that are in front of you. You may miss out on having future opportunities because of the door that you just walked past, because you were so paying attention in this focus. So even when I tell you to focus on yourself and to focus on your work and your goals and your dreams, I want you to still pay attention to the world around you. It's a requirement for you to be able to be successful in your future or whatever it is that you're doing. But also, so this way you can remember and have that original thought of grounding yourself and putting yourself in timeout before the fucking universe does it for you. So, yeah, too many players in the game. So, well, naturally, everybody needs to be safe. I wish for safety for a lot of people, especially right now. I think I've already stated my own thoughts previously, and I hope those that have heard it are aware that there are things beyond our control sometimes. You need to ask for help outside the realm of your own. And sometimes you have to sit and wait and see how the dice rolls. Because life's a game. And hopefully, if you play it right, nobody gets hurt. But just be aware that 1% still does exist. And the possibility is very much real for anything to happen. So, at any point in time. So just live your life. Yes, be aware of the dangers of the world around you, but just know that everything will be alright. And it's a London slang. Awesome. Anyway, until we meet again, I hope you guys behave. And just know that I love you guys. Everything will be alright. Alright, y'all have a good night.